This is the awkward moment in the live when you're waiting and waiting and waiting just to get some viewers. I just want to talk to you guys about my day today. It hasn't been the worst, but it hasn't been the best either. So, I just came on here for some encouragement, to be honest. Let's see. This probably make your eyes hurt. I'll leave it on this filter. I'm too old to be doing this, dog. Playing with filters. Alright, guys. So I'ma just go ahead and start this live. I guess for replay purposes or whatever, the people who go back to watch them won't have a hard time just tuning in and me getting to the point. I also want to, sorry guys, clients are texting me. Also want to ask, if you're watching, just go ahead and please press that like button. It definitely helps push my videos into the algorithm. But guys, today has been a long day, a tiring day, all of the above. So I had to take my kids to go get physicals, and I pretty much took all of them just to get it out the way, because I don't want, later on down the line, them want to participate in some stuff in school or outside activities, and we have to wait to get, paperwork done, physicals done, and all of that. So I just got everything out the way while I had the opportunity and chance to, and I got the forms that the school needed as well. So that part is done. I actually did vlog it, so I'll be recording that later. Now, I just wanted to talk about some of the things that was brought up at the doctor's office today. And I'm not quite sure. I don't really remember exactly how much of it I recorded as far as what the doctor was talking about. But I just wanted to say, you guys know that my two middle children are hearing impaired. They have hearing loss. They're not deaf per se, but they are a part of the hearing loss community. And they have to wear hearing devices to amplify their hearing. So, okay, you guys know that that's pretty much not new anymore at this point. So today, for my second oldest child, I had him and the baby with me, and my third and my oldest was with their father. So anyway, um, some of the stuff I brought up was some concerns that I've been needing to get addressed. I just haven't had the opportunity to. I don't know why I thought today or this visit would have been the time to do so, because it's not their regular position, it's not their regular office or any of that. We just went to, like, one of the other locations that they have, because the other place was pretty much, they didn't have any open appointments or any availability for them before school started. So with my second oldest, I did bring up about the fact that I feel like he has a learning disability. Thank you, Shonda. So I did bring up the fact that we did feel like he has a learning disability. This is something that me, as well as the teachers, as well as his therapists, have all concluded. We've all figured out, and things of that nature. So I asked her, is there a particular specialist that I can see or speak with that can help with diagnosis for that? Because now that he will be entering into the third grade, I don't want him to seem not problematic, but as if he just don't know the work or whatever the case be, when there in fact is a reason behind it. So yes, he does have his IEP and stuff like that, but sometimes stuff isn't official until it's diagnosed. So that was my reasoning of wanting to see a specialist um, for that. So what she explained to me was that um, it's not really something that a physician can diagnose for a learning disability. It's something that the school has to test him for, and it's something that I think she said that we would have to get a genetics testing done, and she also stated that it's extremely expensive to do that, and this, that, and the third. So I told her, I was like, well, he's already been tested, hence the reason why we feel that way. Also, along with the history of his work, the history of his participation and his grades and everything. Now, mind you, the teacher that he had up until this point has been a teacher that he's been with for since first grade. So he did first and second grade with this teacher, and then prior to that, he had other teachers, but they're all within the same facility. The school that he went to, hey cat girl, the school that he went to is not a regular school, but they follow regular school guidelines. He's in something called an auditory program, which is a program for kids to help with hearing. So they specialize with that, and they also have, teachers and aides that work particularly in that area. So the school that he's going to also has that same programming, hence the reason why I decided to put him there. But anyway, so when she was explaining that to me, I was kind of puzzled a little bit, because I'm like, well, he's already doing speech therapy. Since school let out, he's only been getting that once a week. When he was in school, he would get that twice a week, because he'll get a session while he's in school, and then he'll get a session with his outside therapist once a week as well. So I'm like, well, he's already doing speech. We've already done PT therapy. Um, he was also born. A lot of people don't know. I really haven't really touched these bases, but he was also born with microcephaly, which actually it hindered his motor skills. So he actually had to do occupational therapy as well. Like, for my child to be only 8, he's been through a lot. You know what I mean? And he's seen neurologists. He, at one point, they thought that he had staring spells, like, so much that these doctors, they speculate on, and then they, of course, they want to do a bunch of testing or whatever. And I've done it because I wanted to rule out as much as I can possibly rule out. So I kind of follow suit with what they say. I always get second opinions and stuff like that, like I'm that type of mom. um I hate to be the person that kind of like, sweep stuff under the rug and try to argue the doctor out of what they're talking about and shit like that. But I'm also not that mom that's, that okay to the doctor, meaning I just go with whatever they're saying as well. I really take into consideration what I see from my home, what I know from my home, because nobody knows him better than me. Those doctors see him only for a split second compared to a day that I'm with him for hours. You know what I mean? So I take everything into consideration. I'm not gonna lie. If I feel like they're on point and they're making valid reasons, then I follow suit. Because at the end of the day, they're the professional, not me. And I'm gonna get my child whatever help I feel like would help mold him to grow or perform better in life. And I've been doing this from the moment I gave birth to him, and I was told he doesn't have hearing. So mind you, he's 8 years old, gonna be 9 in January. So whatever. It's not what they want him to do, Cat. It's more so of what I'm trying to get him diagnosed. So, um, she basically, with her recommendations, she just was like, well, there's not really a diagnosis, not really a specialist I could see for a learning disability. So I'm like, okay, whatever. Kids usually have an IEP in the beginning of the school year, whereas and how that works is basically you, the teacher, and whatever specialist that you guys are working with, you guys have a group meeting and you go over the goals that you would like to achieve for that school year. So, being that I feel like that will probably be happening maybe in September or October or something like that, then I will bring that back up and see if they're on top of his challenges the same as I am. And if they notice the things that I point out or whatever, because they were in his last IEP meeting for the ending year, his new teachers, but they don't know him. You know what I mean? They just was trying to get a feel of what his weaknesses are, what did he accomplish for the school year. Because when you have your second IEP, it's more so for the ending of the school year, and it's basically what goals he have met from the beginning that you set. And if you know what I'm saying, what they feel he needs more work on. So that's kind of how that works when it comes to an IEP. So, um, okay, Logan Doctor hate me because I won't let him experiment. It's not experimenting. I don't feel like it's experimenting. It's more so of just trying to rule out things so you can know exactly what the trouble areas are. That's how I like to look at it. So, yeah, so that's just what we discussed. I was like, in my head, I had to tell myself, okay, Monique, you know what? This lady doesn't know him. She's looking at his style and, whatever. So I brought up his sleeping situation. I told her, I said, listen, my child is not sleeping how I feel he should be sleeping. He can be up sometimes till 4, 5, 6 o'clock in the morning and wake up the next morning still 8, 9 o'clock. That's not no sleep, and go the whole day and stay up again like that. So I told her, I said, his neurologist suggested that I do give him melatonin, which I do. However, I am not consistent with the melatonin because I don't want his body to get immune to it. I give it to him on the days that I feel like he is extremely restless. And even when I give him melatonin, the kids melatonin, just say that, um, it still takes an extremely long time for it to go into effect. Sometimes he'll still be up 2, 3 hours after I gave him the melatonin. And according to the bottle, that stuff is supposed to kick in 30 minutes after. So I'm explaining this to her, and she's like, oh, well, do you think it's screen time? And I'm like, I don't necessarily think it's screen time because sometimes I can have lights out, TV's off, I take phones and all of that, and my child will sneak out the bed, get out the bed, and go do this and go try to run in the living room and watch TV. Like, he still fights to stay up. So I can't necessarily say that it's the screen that's keeping him awake. It's just he doesn't like to sleep. So, to be honest with y'all, she didn't really help me with that. It was okay, you know what? I may have to actually call his neurologist, try to set up another appointment, and go from there. Have you tried doing a routine like bedtime one, but make all the kids follow it? That's a good question. I don't necessarily have a routine. It's more so of shower, you're in your pajamas, go to bed, lights off, TV out. That's it. Everyone else. I got a call coming in. But yeah, so that's pretty much where I'm at with it. And yes. Hold on, y'all. Yes. Shot. Let me call you there. Okay, yeah, what's your passcode? Right, you can tell me the code.
So 2 o'clock in the morning, you just cut down the phone, go through it.
I'll go through your phone regardless. No, 2 seconds, I'm sorry. If you give me your say so.
Carl, drop down, do 10 push-ups. Look, Carl. I can do push-ups.
It's alright.
Oh, that hurt.
Okay, anyway, so let me just text let him know that was me, not you. Alright, here you go. Alright, so yeah guys, so if he called, just bring me the phone. So yeah, so that's pretty much what's been happening at the appointment today. Then the other thing she brought up was that he has stigma, if I'm saying that correctly, in his eyes. So I told her, I said, you know, he had this brought up maybe about 2 years ago or so. He's 8, Shonda, 8 years old. So I'm like, he had the stigma situation brought up about 8 years ago. Can you check his charts to see if the stigma has worsened? Because when I last had his physical done, they told me that it was nothing to be alarmed about. And now you're telling me that, now you're telling me that he might need glasses and he has to see an eye doctor and stuff like that. So she was like, oh, well, I can't really tell. The eye doctor will have to tell you that. So I'm like, okay, could we just check? So she goes to his house and she looks at the charts, and she was like, oh, well, it just tells me he has stigma at this particular time, but it doesn't specify how bad it is, how big it is, or anything like that. So I would have to confirm that with an eye doctor. So she did give me a referral to a supposedly good eye doctor. And now that's just something else I have to add onto my plate. So it's a chance that he may have to have glasses as well. Just one more thing that I have to keep on top of, and for him to get used to, because you know, when children, especially glasses, they don't like to keep up with that stuff. It takes some adjustment with wearing glasses and stuff like that. Now mind you, we're already trying to still deal with the hearing aid situation, and some people may be like, well, he's been wearing hearing aids for so long, why hasn't he? Does not like wearing his hearing aids, y'all. He doesn't like wearing his hearing aids. And when I tell you it's a fight, it's a fight. And my baby has been aided since he's been 6 months, maybe younger. We've been fighting with him wearing his hearing aids. And now that he's also wearing a cochlear, he also doesn't like wearing a cochlear. So, I don't know. I think to me, he doesn't like feeling different. That's the best way I can describe it. I think he does not like feeling different. Because when he's in school, them teachers have told me that he doesn't give no problems wearing his hearing aids. He doesn't complain about it. He lets them know if it's not working, that he lets them know if it's too loud, like he's on top of it. But when he's home, it's mommy no, mommy no, mommy no, mommy no. So it's like the only difference that I can figure out, or that I have concluded, is that he feels like everybody is the same at school, because remember, it's nothing but children that are hearing impaired, whether they wear one hearing aid or two, or whether they wear cochlears, or one cochlear, or no device, whatever the case is, it's all circled. They're a circle, it's a community. As to where he's home, it's only him and my third baby who has hearing devices, and the third baby follows behind him, so he doesn't wear it. So he feels like, if he don't wear it, why I have to wear it? Now he's a little bit more go easy on it. He doesn't really give me too much of a problem, but as soon as he see his older brother cutting up, he gonna cut up. And I promise you, it's like they're twins in the soul, because they operate the same. They're opposites, like one is a sweet child, one is a sour, but they operate the same. It's so weird, but it's so crazy how they're connected. They're so connected. And yeah, so now I have to figure out the glasses situation. I'm gonna wait till probably September, honestly, y'all, to try to figure that out, because I just can't keep piling stuff on my plate. You know what I mean? And it may seem simple to some people, like, oh, it's just glasses or whatever, but still, it's an adjustment. It's something different. It's something we're gonna have to learn to adapt to. So, oh, they have that also. Do they think you need glasses? Well, she's not. She didn't really give any particular details, Kat. She just basically said I would have to see the eye doctor for that. So, depending, I guess, what the eye specialist says, if he'll have to wear it. But he's never complained to me about his eyes hurting or him not being able to see something or anything like that. So it was really shocking to me. But again, I'm not really quite sure where the whole stigma thing follows or whatever, because remember, like I said, the last time when it was very first brought up, it's not alarming, it's okay. They didn't even recommend me to see a specialist at the time, and I believe he was maybe 6 and he's 8 now. I think he was 6 or 5, and yeah, nothing. And I'm really on top of stuff like that, so I just felt a little overwhelmed. So that was it when it came to him. Malachi, he just had to get one little shot. Malachi is Bear. If you guys like who you talk about, Bear. He just had to get one shot, and he cried for like a millisecond, and he was back to smiling. So can't wait for you guys to see the video. So yeah, that was that with him. And then we have my oldest. Oh my God. So my oldest, I wasn't with him when he was with his physician, but of course they did physical, so I'm assuming they checked everything. But what was shocking to me is that the child put on 25 to 30 pounds from the last he had a physical. I'm not going to say it was from this summer alone, but he put on 25 to 30 pounds from the last he had a physical, which of course was a year. And then he grew 5 inches. My son is 5'6", 5'6" now, 5'6.5", one or the other. And I'm 5'1", so y'all can imagine how my son stands over me. But yeah, so he put on weight. He done got taller. So he was like, he was actually really happy to know that about himself. So that, he's growing and stuff. So, now KK, they didn't really have too much to update him with Caden. Caden is still his little slim self, and not really too much changes or anything like that. Nothing concerning or anything like that, but I have some personal stuff that I need to address about Caden, but I'm gonna wait till I see his physician to go through all of that, because sometimes when you be telling these new doctor things, they just be acting like they don't know nothing. I think they don't be wanting to do certain things or say certain things. So with that being said, yeah, they didn't really open that can of worms with him, but that's okay, because I wasn't ready to accept that. That's for your brother's school. Can you put that back? That's not for Baby Bear to color. That's for KK to take to school. Can you put that back, please? No. And you always be like, leave your friend alone. You just heard he just straight up told me no. Did y'all hear this baby tell me no? Baby, can you please put that back? No.
Yeah.
That's not for you.
Huh?
That's not for you.
Yeah.
No, it's not. Y'all, he straight up understand me.
Yeah.
Y'all hear? Do y'all hear this? You're not being a good baby right now. You're not being a good baby.
No.
Y'all. So yeah, y'all, that's pretty much what happened today.
Yeah.
Tomorrow I gotta do registration, and then I come straight home, and I'm gonna be slaving over these kids' hair. So I may be doing a bunch of lives all week long. I'm not quite sure if I'm gonna have time to make actual content. Bear, relax. So I don't know if I'm gonna have time to make actual content. So when y'all see Mo go live, y'all come in and chat with your girl, talk to your girl, and all that good stuff, because it's gonna be my way of still being able to hang around, be around, and still check in with y'all. Because tomorrow I have 4 heads. 4 heads. I gotta do a takedown, take out the girl braids, wash her hair. I gotta do 1 head of knotless. I gotta do a head of regular plaits. Then after that, I have to do, did he text back? No. Then after that, I have to do some the little heart braids. I don't know if y'all seen that, like the head of hearts. So tomorrow is going to be an extremely tiring day. And tomorrow I don't have no help. Tomorrow and Wednesday, I'll be working. What's today? Tuesday? Yeah. Okay, so Wednesday and Thursday, I'll be working Olo by myself. But I gotta do my son hair, so let me go ahead and edit this video, make this video so I can get this posted, because I have to do my oldest hair. I'm gonna retwist his hair tonight, wash it and retwist it, and I'm gonna make that into a video for you guys. What happened? Yes, I am. Y'all hear him? Yes, I am. I'm gonna record your hair like I do everybody else. Yes. You too famous and good. You should bring me all the viewers. I can't see your comment. Okay. If he's not sleeping, he may be suffering from insomnia. You should check into that. You're going to be his best advocate. Yes. So when I reach out to his neurologist, I'm going to bring that up to her, because I'm pretty sure that goes with that. And see what she suggests. I'm not quite sure how soon I'm going to be able to see the neurologist though, because sometimes when you're trying to see these specialists, it's really hard to get appointments. So I'm gonna definitely call tomorrow once I'm done with the school and try to get that appointment scheduled. So thank you for that recommendation. I definitely am going to be his best advocate for a fact. Hey, get out that. You don't sit on there.
It's a toy?
But alright, guys. I got a video to give out to you guys by 9 o'clock tonight. I got hair to do for my son tonight. So I'm going to let y'all go. Thank y'all for coming to chat with your girl. I appreciate each and every one of y'all. I love y'all. And thank y'all for y'all support. I hope y'all have a good day. Peace.